My fall harvest salad is a fresh, easy, and delicious way to enjoy the flavors of the season. What takes this salad to another level is the roasted sweet potatoes, and I'm excited to show you how easy it is to roast them with a hint of cinnamon and garlic in either your air fryer or your oven. They are toasted on the outside and soft on the inside, which adds a delicious sweet and savory flavor to this salad. Then we'll make a simple apple vinaigrette dressing and assemble our salad with leafy greens, crisp apples, quinoa, feta cheese, pomegranate seeds, and pecans. We're going to start by roasting our sweet potato, and there are several different varieties available at your grocery store. Typically, the sweet potatoes are kind of a lighter gold color, and then garnet yams are this deeper orange color. So it's really up to your aesthetic and taste preference which one you use. I prefer the deeper color and the taste of the garnet yams. I'm just going to peel my sweet potato using my little piranha peeler, which has rightfully earned its name. And then you can decide if you want to have a little bit larger chunks of sweet potatoes or if you want to have them a little bit smaller. I prefer to have mine just a little bit on the smaller side because then there's more surface area that gets that crispy exterior. So I'm going to chop these into about 1/2 inch pieces that are also going to shrink a little bit once they cook. Now once you've chopped all your sweet potatoes, you can go back and chop some of them down a little bit smaller if needed, just trying to make them all as uniform as possible. And then in a medium-sized mixing bowl, we want to add 2 tablespoons of light olive oil. You could also use avocado oil or regular olive oil. And then we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And we'll just give that a little shake. It might seem a little bit odd combining the cinnamon and the garlic powder, but I promise it will taste amazing on the sweet potatoes. And now we can dump all of our chopped sweet potatoes into the bowl and give them a good toss to make sure they're all evenly coated. This has taken a lot of practice so I don't launch them all out of the bowl. It's also very satisfying. When it comes to roasting your sweet potatoes, you have 2 options. You can spread your sweet potatoes out on a baking sheet and then put them into a 400-degree oven for about 30 to 35 minutes or until they're nice and toasty on the outside. Or you can roast them in your air fryer like I'm going to show you. So I'm just going to dump these right into my basket and give them a little shake to help spread them out. And then I'll set my air fryer to 400 degrees and cook these for 10 minutes, making sure to shake them halfway in between. Now that the sweet potatoes are cooking in the air fryer, we can make our dressing. And in a small jar, I'm just going to add 3 tablespoons of light olive oil. You could also use avocado oil or extra virgin olive oil. And then I'll add 2 tablespoons of apple cider, which will really enhance that delicious apple flavor. Then I'll add 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. And then to sweeten it up a little, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. You could also use honey. And then for flavor, I'm adding 1 clove of garlic to my garlic press. And then I'm going to crush that into my dressing. Oh man, that smells good. You can also use a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder if that's all you have. And then I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of mustard powder, or you could use Dijon mustard, and 1/2 teaspoon salt, and just a dash of pepper. And I'll give this a good mix. I'm a little embarrassed to admit how long it took me to realize how easy it is to make your own salad dressings. There's no going back. And then we can set this aside. Next, we want to prepare our apple slices, and you can use any variety of apple that you love. I'm going to start by coring out the middle with my little apple corer. Stick it down the middle, make sure it comes out the other end, and out pops your core, which is also very satisfying. Now you can decide if you want to cut your apple nice and chunky or if you want to have some thin slices. I'm going to go ahead and cut my apple nice and thin. Well, my air fryer is beeping at me, letting me know that it's halfway done, so I'm going to go shake the basket real quick. Well, after 10 minutes, our sweet potatoes are done in the air fryer, and they smell so good. So I'm just going to dump them onto a plate that has a piece of paper towel, and that will just help soak up any excess oil. Well, they're just lightly crispy, and I love the look of the sprinkled cinnamon. Well, now we have all the ingredients to assemble our fall harvest salad. I'm going to start with my leafy greens, and you can use any variety that you like. My favorite for this salad is just a simple spring mix. I'm just going to take a nice big handful, which is about 2 cups of leafy greens. And I like to cut them down a little bit first, just to make them a little more bite-sized and manageable. And then we'll add those to our salad bowl. You can decide if you want to pre-toss the lettuce in your salad dressing, or if you prefer to add the dressing at the very end once you have all of your toppings. I prefer to toss the dressing with the lettuce. So I'm just going to give my dressing a quick mix and then drizzle in about 1.5 tablespoons. And then I'll just lightly mix those around with my fork. Now what I love about the salad is that you can batch prep all of your ingredients. So I have some quinoa here that I cooked earlier in the week. So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons to my salad just to add some really interesting texture as well as some additional nutrition. Then I'll add a few slices of our delicious crisp apples. Then I'll add some of our deliciously roasted sweet potatoes, which add just a beautiful color to our salad, as well as flavor and nutrition. It's not all about the aesthetics. As far as I'm concerned, every salad tastes better with cheese. So I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of some feta cheese. This will just add a really delicious creaminess and a natural saltiness to the salad. And then to bring in a little more crunch as well as some healthy fats, I'm going to add some pecans. But of course, you could add any nut that you like. Some toasted pumpkin seeds would be delicious, as well as some slivered almonds. So it's really up to you. And then to add the finishing touch as well as some natural bling to our salad, I have some pomegranate seeds. Not only do they add a beautiful color to our salad, but another delicious crunch and flavor. Well, that looks gorgeous, and I am dying to dig in. That is delicious. That is a fall apple harvest all in one bite. As soon as I bite in, I get the tanginess from that delicious apple dressing, and then I get the crunch that comes in from the pecans as well as the pomegranate seeds. And then I bite into that sweet and savory softness of the sweet potato that's just perfectly seasoned on the outside. And then I get all the fresh flavor and texture from those leafy greens. All together, that is a delicious and satisfying symphony of flavor. This would make a delicious side salad to any fall celebration or holiday. And you could very easily turn it into a very filling lunch or dinner by adding some chicken. And all these ingredients can be batch prepped ahead of time and stored individually in your fridge so that it can be fresh anytime you want it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today to make this fun salad. And I've included a link in the video description below to the full recipe, and it's on my website, gentletummy.com. And I also invite you to like and subscribe to my channel. And if you know someone else who you think would love this salad, please share this video with them. And I cannot wait to have you hang out with me in my kitchen again.